Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Glad to see that the White House has fixed the economy. Everything's fine now.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Everything's great. Inflation is 0 now. Went to 0 in July. That's great.
Oh.
People have more savings. They're making more income. They're in less debt than ever before. It's historic. You know that? It's historic.
Yeah, I've started stuffing extra bills in my couch just because I have no place to put them.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't go to the bank that many times.
No.
You just can't do it. Such a hassle.
Thank you.
I bought a fleet of Brinks trucks.
Did you really?
Yeah, and hired some drivers just so that I can get some of that cash out of my house. It's just taking up too much room. So, yeah, I don't know where you're putting yours, but I found about 35 different banks that I'm using right now.
We're in this together, y'all. Mm-hmm. We'll find a place for all of our wads of cash.
And the low gas. I'm almost embarrassed I'm paying such a low price for gas. I say a little prayer for ExxonMobil every time I fill up.
Do you really?
I do.
What we're now officially below $4 a gallon, I think, on average.
Are we? We have there it is.
And I swear, if you got people in your life, coworkers, family, friends that are celebrating this, you need to backhand them.
$3.99 per gallon. What was it when he left office?
$2.37.
37?
Yep.
And when he lost, when the election happened,
when he declared himself the king of the world, it was $1 something, right?
Yeah.
What was it? $1.80 or something?
I think so. $1.87, something like that. Wow. So
here we go.
I mean, it's amazing that KJP Karine Jean-Pierre tweeted out, "We just received news that our economy had 0% inflation in July." While the price of some things went up, the price of others like gas, clothing, and more dropped. There it is.
Look at that. Our economy had these people
the worst
suck.
In fact, the current drop in gas prices is the fastest in a decade.
Oh, shut up.
Saving American families with 2 cars $106 per month on average.
These people have no shame.
There's still a net loss.
No shame at all. Yeah, in fact, Yellow Sticker Bandit saw something. Look at this. They got a warning, not a disclaimer. Look at this. This is interesting. I don't see this on my Twitter experience, but he says that he's part of like a pilot. It says it's part of a pilot program or something. Mm-hmm. Can you believe that a government official in the Biden administration has a tweet of theirs flagged as being misleading?
No, I can't.
That is fascinating.
Wow. They flagged the 0% figure.
Yeah, they said.
Good for them.
Yeah, this is misleading because it would cause people to believe inflation was 0% in July, when in reality, the year-over-year inflation for July was 8.5%. Thank you, Twitter. The 0% comes from and it goes on to say, from June to July. So there you go. I love a friend of the program, Tim Young, who tweeted out, the White House has officially changed the definition of 8.5% to 0%, which sums it up nicely. Mm-hmm. I tell you, these people just have no shame whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. They don't even know the meaning of the word shame. So those tweets, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, they lie right to your face, and they don't care at all.
Do we have Stu's tweet? You may know him from the Glenn Beck program. I think this is the most important tweet that you can share with people in your life that think that things are so much better now.
Something that cost $100 in July 2020 was $105.40 in July 2021 is $114.36 in 2022.
Yeah, that's the 0%.
That's 0% inflation. That Biden's bragging about.
Yeah. 0% inflation.
And Biden came out and
he's happy.
Read the teleprompter. Started bragging.
Actually, I just want to say a number.
Say a number.
0. Today, we received news that our economy had 0% inflation in the month of July. 0%.
Zero. That's right.
Read it, baby. You got. I mean, that's.
Believe that? That's how bad it is. They have to come out and take credit that it didn't go up in a month, in a certain month, but it's up 8.5% year to year. But this month it didn't go up even more. Mm-hmm. That's how bad things are in this Biden economy.
That was risky for his staffers to even trust him with the number 0.
Yeah, it was.
They're like, okay, here comes it. We got it. There's no way to avoid saying a number today, y'all.
Mr. President, all you have to say is the number 0. Just say 0. That's all you have to do. Don't try to say any other number. Just 0.
And so somebody pulled quotes from Democrats in recent years. In 2005, when Bush was in office, the inflation rate was 3.39%, and it was, quote, the worst economy since Herbert Hoover.
Oh, my gosh.
In 2018, the inflation rate was 2.49% under Trump, which they labeled a miserable failure, end quote.
Jeez.
2022, inflation rate 8.5%. Thanks, Biden.
Wow. Well, they had Kamala out, too. She was bragging and lying, and here she is.
The president and my vision for the future also means lowering costs for Americans. Today we learned that last month our economy had 0% inflation.
Oh, for gosh
In
sakes.
July, we saw a drop in gas prices and a range of other goods like clothing and airfares and household appliances, which means
What? Tell me.
more money in the pockets of working families.
Thank you.
Combined with the fact that our nation created more than 500,000 jobs last month, it is clear that our nation is making progress.
That doesn't sound like a recession to me.
Boy, she really pulls off the talking to us like children really well, huh?
Yeah, she does.
She's good at that. Yeah.
Inflation is when prices go up.
Yeah.
It means that you would have less money than you did before. But in July, the inflation didn't go up. But it's still up year to year. But I'm not going to talk about that part. You don't understand that part. You're too stupid to realize how well you're doing. So we're going to keep that part from you.
Yeah, and if they're bragging that gas prices are going down, right? And then everything else must be going up since we're just back to 0.
Yeah.
And they haven't even factored in the new spending from this Inflation Reduction Act. When they start printing all those new bills, inflation kicks in again.
Which is why they stopped calling it the Inflation Reduction Act, because they know it's not going to reduce any inflation. Jeez,
What a time.
I don't know. I don't know how the media continues to participate with them in this travesty. Do they not ever look around and say, God, what liars these people are? These people are the biggest liars we've ever seen.
I mean, there's been some breakthrough moments.
A few.
CNN has been lately, every now and then, talking about how crappy it is out there. I was surprised we don't have this, but I was surprised that MSNBC even went out and talked to Latino voters who were, you remember we had the black voters on Monday in that parking lot with Savannah Hernandez, and they were like, what was it? What was the lady said? Get his ass out.
Yeah. I mean, get out. Get his ass out.
Yeah, that was a good, heartwarming moment. And it was similar to that among the Latino community on MSNBC.
It's tough to ignore when the numbers of Latinos. What was the approval rating? 19%.
Oh, it was.
I think we had that
putrid.
figure last week. It was literally 19% of Hispanics approve of the job he's doing.
That's right.
That is catastrophic.
Catastrophic. That's the word.
I don't know that I've ever seen an approval rating that low for any president, for any demographic.
Any demographic, yeah.
That's incredible. And they're the ones who have been encouraging the illegal aliens to flow through because they think they're all going to be voters for them. Well, wow. Looks like they have another thing coming on that.
Yeah. And until the pop-up from hell blocked my view here, I saw 70% in that same poll of Hispanics disapprove.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of undecideds among the Hispanic community as far as Biden goes.
That's amazing. Really, really amazing. Then we have Anthony Fauci, who is answering questions at the same interview in Washington State. All right, let me tell you about Rough Greens. If you have a dog, you love your dog, I'm sure. It's part of your family, and you want the best for your dog, and that's where Rough Greens comes in, because it'll give your dog the best nutrition possible. The dry kibble dog food won't do it, because all that stuff has been burned out in the sterilization process. Now, this is a supplement you sprinkle on top of your dog's food, and it puts back into the food the minerals and probiotics and antioxidants and vitamins and all kinds of things that your dog needs to be healthy and happy. So give it a try. And Rough Greens really wants to be sure that your dog is going to love this stuff. So they're willing to send you a free bag for your dog to try out for a few days. You just take care of the shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFF Greens, roughgreens.com, or 833-783-3364.
We are a democracy.
Democracy.
We're democracy.
We're democracy.
I wonder what Pat Gray thinks about that.
We're not a democracy!
Now back to Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
Great to have you with us. Got some tweets here. Regarding the 0% inflation, we have this tweet from Jeffy's Meat Sweats. Okay. Look, Fat, 8% is actually double zero. If you take both zeros and stack them on top of each other, it looks just like an 8. You dog-faced pony soldier. The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
Okay. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
We got that going for us.
From the Pickled Squirrel. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when there's no money. Caffeinated Texan tweets 0% shame, 0% integrity, 0% intelligence, 0% American. That sums them up quite nicely. Mm-hmm. The Mad Hatter, wonder when the brilliance of Kamala Harris will be realized, and she too will receive a Nobel Peace Prize because you know her intelligence. Austin Martinez, I think Fauci misspoke when saying Fauciism. I think he meant to say fascism. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Swank think Fauci was about 2 seconds away from saying, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." I mean, he's getting close to that. Actually, quite close to that. Did you read about this ESPN writer who is transitioning from female to male? Michelle Vopel announced on Tuesday, "I'm transitioning to male." In sports media, we're lucky to tell stories of others' journeys, but we have our own too. Part of mine is being transgender, and I'm transitioning to male. Byline, now M.A. Vopel. Pronouns, he, him. Please feel free to call me Vopel, MV, Michael, Mike. I'm good with them all, Vopel tweeted. So apparently his ESPN colleagues were very excited about this. Proud to be teammates with you, Vopel, from Alexa Philippou. Wow, congrats. How about Mikey? Will that fly? Proud to have you as a colleague, according to TJ Quinn. Congrats. What? On being so messed up that you have to change your gender? You're congratulating them on that? Hey, congratulations on your confusion. It is so awesome. You've been all that uncomfortable in your skin your whole life. That's fantastic. Way to go. And by the way, TJ, this person gave you 4 different options to call them, okay? And you have to suggest a 5th.
Right.
Make the first 4 work, okay? Yeah. Don't throw out another one there. It's too confusing to begin with.
I appreciate if you're transitioning to throw out some options there.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then for you to ask for a 5th.
Yeah, I think that's too much.
Rude.
Yeah, very rude.
I mean, look.
That is not good trans politeness.
Yeah, etiquette, right?
Etiquette.
Yeah, they can't. Vopel came halfway for you.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. So
pick one of them.
Pick one.
Yeah, honestly, and this is a sincere question. I want to hear from someone who has transitioned and is totally great with everything that happened there.
Yeah.
The physical, the mental, you are now loving life. This was the best thing you could have ever done for yourself. I'm sure those stories are out there. I would like to hear them.
Yeah, I would too.
Because all I'm seeing on social media and news articles is people warning people, don't transition. Like, we have a clip, I forgot where this hearing was. I feel like it was Florida. This individual who transitioned is now transitioning back because it was the biggest mistake she ever made to become a dude, and now she's coming back to be a woman.
And she's all messed up now because of it.
And the stories out there are so tragic, especially when they happen to young people. Here's her warning to people that are considering this.
My name is Sophia Galvin. I am 22 years old, born female, detransitioning for 2 years, and here independently to speak about my experiences. I was 17 when I began to experience gender dysphoria. At the time, I was a senior in high school, president of the LGBT club, and actively supported gender-affirming treatment. I began abruptly to socially transition and was immediately affirmed by my peers and school staff. This was after a history of mental affliction due to wounds in my heart running as deep as an abyss. I was often suicidal, with self-harm, and psychiatric drugs and therapy were unable to help me. Nobody around me called into question whether the dysphoria I was feeling could possibly be related to this. Once I was affirmed, I was trapped and was led to believe that each next step of the process would somehow bring me the fulfillment I was looking for. However, after 2 years of hormone therapy and a double mastectomy, I was left far worse than before. I lost my college scholarship, was unemployed, raped multiple times, addicted to sex and drugs, and unable to have a logical or coherent thought. So at 20 years old, I decided to stop testosterone. It was only then that I gained the maturity to think logically about the possible physical and psychological effects of these treatments. After deciding to transition, I received no support in this process. Neither could I find any substantial online resources. I started experiencing all sorts of medical issues that no doctor was able to explain. If I was in torment before, I was now in literal hellfire. All I wanted was to move on with my life, yet every time I looked in the mirror or opened my mouth to speak, I was reminded of the terrible mistakes I made, and no amount of therapy was still able to do anything for me.
Wow. That's really sad.
And that's story after story after story.
Really sad. I just heard a stat that 80% of the time, if you leave it alone, it resolves itself.
Yeah.
80%. And so too many of them are being pushed into transitioning now. And they're made to feel like, okay, well, that's the thing to do then. Okay, everybody's doing this. Maybe I'll just make the transition. And then those who have the surgery and try to do something permanent and then regret it, then you're really messed up. I mean, and the suicide rate is so high among those who transition. Either way, I mean, it's really, really scary and very, very sad. And like she just said, I didn't have the maturity to make these decisions at 17. Right. And that's 17. We're talking about 5 and 6 year olds now, or even younger sometimes. And their parents. There was just a story about a parent who was being investigated by CPS and in danger of losing their child because they weren't going along with a transition in, I think, a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? As a parent, I've got to go along with a transition of my child and change their gender at 7 years old? No.
Yeah.
No. Not doing it.
And if that's the same case that you're talking about, I was reading a similar story where you don't get visitation. You don't get to see your kid. And in fact,
well, yeah, because you don't want them to. The parent can't say anything to them
and
about
the judge said all you have to do is affirm that they are a dude instead of a chick or vice versa, whatever it is. And the mom was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Wow.
The world is
completely upside down.
It's gone, y'all.
Yeah.
It's not coming back. I'm sorry to tell you that. Buckle up. Take care of yourself and your family. It's insanity. I mean, we are surrounded by it. But at the same time, there are
alarming.
good people still in this world. Find them.
Yeah.
I hope they're your neighbors. I mean, hopefully everybody has a Pat Gray as a neighbor who is, obviously the neighborhood gadfly, and everybody
out checking on everybody.
Yeah,
Make sure they're okay for the day.
You're good.
Yeah.
Not everybody's got a Pat Gray in their neighborhood.
Not everybody. No, very few.
I can't even find your neighborhood.
Right.
It's not even a road to it.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Find good people. Surround yourself with them, because it's crazy.
Then we've got people like this: Miranda Galbraith, a self-described licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania, who has described pedophiles, to whom she refers minor attracted persons. They're not pedophiles. They're minor attracted persons.
MAPS.
Mm-hmm. They're a marginalized population.
Of course they are.
Well, good. They should be marginalized, which is probably the most vilified population of folks in our culture.
As it should be.
Yeah, they should be vilified if they're pedophiles. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm sorry. No, we can't even get close or pretend to accept this kind of garbage.
Yeah, this has been brewing for decades.
Yeah, they've been trying.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Salon that keeps writing the pedophile-friendly articles?
Is that who it is?
I think it is Salon. Over and over and over and over.
But I remember, it was during the Clinton years that it was NAMBLA trying to get recognition as a mainstream group.
Right.
Gross.
In a video posted on YouTube last month, Galbraith said the word pedophile has become a judgmental, hurtful insult. Well, so, yeah, and it's meant to be used to harm or slander individuals. She defined a minor attracted person as an individual who has an enduring sexual or romantic attraction to minors. They've not chosen this attraction, just as the rest of us have not chosen whatever our attraction is. I want to be clear, that attraction does not equal action. Just because a person is attracted to minors does not mean that they have acted on that attraction or will ever act. Well, yeah, that's the problem. Because many times, way too many times, they do. Another important thing to clear up is that most individuals who sexually victimize children are not minor attracted persons. Really? Some of them are. But most people who sexually victimize children actually are primarily attracted to adults. What?
I don't know.
No, I don't believe that. No, I don't think that's accurate at all. Galbraith claimed that mental health professionals are not required to report people who admit to being attracted to children. These people they're just sick.
Yeah.
Just sick and twisted. You're trying to make it okay to be a pedophile.
Yeah.
And then she tries to, I'm not saying they necessarily act upon it. Well, that happens all too often.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to try to make it okay just to have pictures of kids. Because then they can say, look, they're not acting on it. I mean, they're not harming physically a child here. So they'll break down that barrier first. Then they'll go for the actual full-on. What a happy day. Happy day.
Let me tell you about Birch Gold. You know what's never good is when your nation's supposed authority on economic policy completely misses the flashing red lights of impending inflation. Remember Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen?
Oh, she's good.
Admitted there have been unanticipated and large shocks to the economy that have boosted energy and food prices and supply bottlenecks that affected our economy badly that I didn't at the time fully understand. Not your job.
No, they're good.
Yeah, it's really bad. So, you know who did understand the real threat of inflation? People who invested in gold and silver with Birch Gold Group. They're protecting their savings from a highly turbulent economy and diversifying their 401k or IRA into gold, physical gold. And it's not too late for you to take action. Just text PAT to 989-898. Get a free info kit on diversifying and protecting your savings. What's great about Birch Gold is they've got an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, countless 5-star reviews, and thousands of satisfied customers. So again, text PAT to 989-898. Claim your free no obligation info kit on protecting your savings with gold.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Oh, no, this is sad. Pete Davidson is in trauma therapy right now. Oh, I hate to hear that.
This makes me laugh.
Apparently, it was brought on by Kanye West's attack on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye attacked him on social media. Oh,
it's not nice. You know?
What? Just because he was sleeping with his wife, ex-wife? Are they divorced now? Are they officially divorced?
I think it's
Kanye
official,
and Kim,
right, Jeffy?
Jeffy would know.
Yeah, I think it's official.
Pete Davidson's been in trauma therapy largely due to Kanye West's attacks on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning in April, the King of Staten Island star, who's, he's only 28, has been seeking help following his feud with the rapper for dating his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian. And they're broken up now, too. So not only are Kanye and Kim broken up, but now so are Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian, I believe.
Wow, there's no hope for the world.
I know. If you can't count on their forever love,
that's what I was anticipating.
What hope do any of us have?
Yeah, I thought that would go on forever.
Yeah, it has shaken me to my foundation.
Right?
Yeah, it really has.
Kardashian filed for divorce on March 2nd of 2022.
Okay.
So they are legally divorced, but the case, I guess they still have things to work out, but they are legally divorced.
The attention and negativity coming from Kanye and his antics is a trigger for Pete.
Oh, poor Petey.
And he's had to seek out help.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
That's
dang it.
Darn
it. Dang. Darn. Oh, if only. Darn. Dang. The source stressed that despite calling it quits last week, Davidson has no regrets for dating Kim and wants it to be made very clear that she's been nothing but supportive of him throughout their relationship. Reps for Davidson and West did not reply for comment. On Friday, an insider confirmed to Page 6 that Davidson and Kardashian, who's 41, had called it quits after 9 months of dating.
Dang.
Wow. She's almost old enough to be 13 years older. She'd almost be his mother. Jeez. Kim and Pete have decided to just be friends. Okay. Isn't that beautiful?
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, right. Right.
Get out.
They have a lot of love and respect for each other, but found that the long distance and
here we go.
Their demanding schedules
Oh, sure.
just made it really difficult to maintain a relationship. Ah, man. Another source also told us that their age difference contributed to the decision. Well, yeah. Again, she's almost old enough to be his mom. In fact, she could be, really.
Okay, yeah.
A 13-year-old could have a child.
Sure.
It's happened.
It has, yes. Agreed, it's happened.
It's happened.
So there you go.
So there you go.
That stinks. I mean, that was an American love story.
Sure was.
And now
a
it's
beautiful one.
Shattered.
A beautiful one. With two beautiful ones. First you had Kanye and Kim. Then you had Kim and Pete.
Yeah.
And they were both beautiful, beautiful romances.
I mean, just think of all of the things that have shattered you to your core over the last 2 years.
Too many.
This one here.
Too many. This might be the last straw for me.
Right.
I don't know if I can take it.
And it's seismic is what it is.
Seismic, it is.
God.
It's a good description. 888-900-3393. We got to tell you about SADS. It's not SIDS, it's SADS. Sudden Adult Death Syndrome. We'll get into that in overtime today.
Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze Radio Network.
A couple of tweets here. Nancy's China hole. This is the hole that has bound her to China.
Okay.
Her whole life.
Now I get it.
Because her parents told her that, if you're on the beach and you dig a hole, eventually you're going to wind up in China.
When I was a little girl,
I
was told at the beach if I dug a hole deep enough, we would reach China. So we've always felt a connection there.
Yeah. Okay.
Boy, everybody around her was wearing a mask, but if they weren't, you would not have seen them smiling or laughing. I mean, that was...
asinine?
Please.
Moronic? Yeah. Because, I don't know if you know this, Nance, that's not true. So,
I know a lot of things.
Also from Joe McCullough. My son wanted to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle at 5 years old. We almost had a shell surgically installed, but came to our senses. Huh. Wow. Congratulations on that, because most people wouldn't.
Yeah.
Most people just say, well, our son wants to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Let's just implant a shell on his back.
Call it done.
Right.
Right.
You want to be a turtle?
Yeah.
Who am I?
Uh-huh.
You can be a turtle.
I mean, think about
All
that,
right.
though. Let's think this through. I mean, don't deny the kid his truth. Am I right?
Right, yeah.
He's going to have a roof over his head wherever he goes.
That's true.
That's true. He's probably going to eat only lettuce now. That's cheaper. Cost of living's tough these days.
A lot cheaper. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to feed him meat at all.
Think about this one. You know what? If
you should have done it. They should have done it.
Should have.
Yeah.
Opportunity lost.
We're calling CPS.
Oh, we lead with our mistakes
We're
here.
calling CPS.
Yeah, I just got a message from one Jeff Fisher, who'll be here tomorrow with us.
Yeah.
Kanye's no longer Kanye, it's Ye.
Oh, that's right.
We dead named the man for an
Dead-named him.
entire segment,
Dang
and
it.
our apologies.
Sorry. Yeah.
To the guy who would have been light years better as president than Joe Biden.
It's yay.
It's Ye.
It's just plain yay. So, and I believe he did have it legally changed to yay. So,
President Ye would have been.
it would have been better than Joe Biden.
I want to see
Yeah.
what that universe is doing. That timeline. What's the timeline
With
doing
Ye as
with
president?
Ye as president. Huh?
We'll have to peek into the multiverse and find out.
It's better than this one.
I bet it is.
Oh, it's much better than this one.
Bet it is.
I'm serious.
Because you can't get. Can you get worse? Than, I mean, could you elect? I don't know. Joe Stalin, would he be worse than Joe Biden? I don't know.
Let's not tempt fate right now. Let's just leave it at Ye and move on.
All right. So here's a woman on TikTok giving us a little more information about this is amazing. You know, the judge who signed the warrant to raid Donald Trump's home, Mar-a-Lago. Here's some information from a woman on TikTok about that judge. Interesting.
This just gets better and better. Do you guys remember this?
What was it?
Back on March 24th of this year.
Okay.
Trump files massive lawsuit.
Here's the
Against
court
Hillary.
docket. You can access it in my link tree.
Okay.
Okay, so then.
And here's the first page of that case and
Okay.
who he was suing.
Okay.
All right. So
Hillary, yeah.
Trump is suing
So on
Hillary.
April 6th, the original judge recused himself and was replaced by none other than
No, not Judge Reinhardt. Don't say it's Judge Reinhardt.
It is.
What?
Judge Reinhardt.
Are you reading that?
I saw it.
we're reading
You
that.
could have said it too. Been helpful for the
So,
audience.
Judge Reinhardt was on this case all the way from April 6th till June 22nd, making
April 6th to
decisions
June
on
22nd.
motions and everything else on this case
Okay.
until he recused himself.
And then he recused himself. And
And here's the document from the court docket proving that he recused himself on June 22nd.
all right.
Okay.
And
And
then
here's why a judge would be disqualified or recuse themselves.
Some connections with Hillary?
interesting.
And just so
Okay.
you know, this case is still ongoing.
Huh.
The latest entry in it was actually yesterday, August 8th.
All right.
But what's funny is,
It was a few days ago now.
on August 4th, Trump submitted a motion to deny the request for the dismissal of this case. And lo and behold, the very next day,
Uh-oh, what happened?
the ex-judge on this case, Judge Reinhardt,
Reinhardt.
issues a search warrant for a raid
Wow, I tell you.
Ah, wow.
This
at
is...
his home.
Pure coincidence, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, and she even shows the documents. So,
Nothing to see here, right?
no, there's nothing to see there. Move along. Move along, people.
There's nothing to trust about this government on any level. Cheers.
It's really sad, but it's true. It's just true now. That's why Republicans have to take back the majority in November and then the presidency in 2024. I mean, something has to be done. The FBI has to be gutted. Just gut the FBI and start over again. You remember him, FBI Director not judge, but FBI Director Christopher Wray last week in front of Congress. Think of his words in the context of his FBI raid on the home of Donald Trump. Here's what he had to say last week.
I feel very strongly, and I have communicated consistently since I started as director, that our folks need to make sure that they're not just doing the right thing, that they're doing it in the right way, and that they avoid the appearance of bias or lack of objectivity. And in fact, one of the things I did, which to my knowledge had never been done before at the FBI, was in 2018, I pulled together and I started at the top, which in my experience, and somebody in law enforcement, it never works that way. I started at the top and I brought the 250 or so very top people in the FBI from one corner of the globe to the other for a full day stand down at Quantico, where the whole focus of the message, and we heard from the Inspector General, we heard from a judge, we heard from the people who enforce the Hatch Act. The whole focus was on the importance of the appearance.
You wouldn't do.
Yeah.
The importance of just the appearance.
Right.
And then they marched into Donald Trump's home.
Less than a week later.
Took 10 boxes of documents.
Yeah,
okay.
Yesterday he was at a press conference for something completely different. And he was asked about it, and he refused to comment. So.
Really?
Just the appearance.
Jeez.
I'm trying to...
that is incredible. But it's typical. It's typical of the way this government and their minions do business, and that they're not held accountable. Nobody's accountable for anything in this government either. Wow.
This doesn't end well.
Meanwhile, speaking of three-letter government agencies like the FBI, we all love and trust these agencies, of course. They've shown us they can be completely trusted at all times, and that they're worthy of our love. The IRS is hiring. This from... You're thinking, well, wow, that'd be a good gig, right? I can make people's lives miserable. That's a great gig. So if you're interested, this is from the IRS website, and what your major duties will be if you're one of the 87,000 people lucky enough to be hired by the IRS.
Okay.
Because they're more than doubling the size of their agency. The major duties: adhere to the highest standards of conduct, especially in maintaining honesty and integrity. Oh, that screams IRS. Work a minimum of 50 hours per week, which may include irregular hours. Be on call 24/7, including holidays and weekends. That kind of sucks. Maintain a level of fitness, of course, necessary to effectively respond to life-threatening situations on the job.
Wait, what?
Well, because here's the next thing.
I thought you were a bookkeeper.
You have to carry a firearm and be willing to use deadly force if necessary.
Wait.
Under what circumstances?
Which department are we talking about?
The IRS. This is not the FBI. IRS. Carry a firearm, be willing to use deadly force if necessary. When would that become a thing?
They gonna get their money.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. And be willing and able to participate in arrests, execution of search warrants, and other dangerous assignments. I have to admit, I wasn't aware of those responsibilities for IRS agents.
Well, they're working for you.
Yeah.
At the IRS.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And adhering to the highest standards of conduct, especially in maintaining honesty and integrity when using deadly force.
Don't forget, the IRS mission statement is to provide America's taxpayers top quality service by helping them understand and meet their tax responsibilities, and by applying the tax law with integrity and fairness to all. ... And to put a cap in your ass if you don't pay on time. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was freestyled it a little bit there at the end. But I think the message is clear.
What part was the freestyle? Because
provide America's taxpayers top quality service.
Okay.
I believe that's where I was ad-libbing a little bit there.
I see.
This is dangerous, man. We are in some dangerous ground here. And don't forget, do not forget this about this garbage bill that is going to be rubber stamped by the House tomorrow and then signed immediately into law. There's going to be sparks flying off the old man's... Well, he probably can't move his hand that fast. So don't forget there was an amendment Republicans put out there that said that you would only go, these extra audits would be people making $400,000 and above.
Mm-hmm.
And every Democrat voted against that. Said, nah, we're still going after the poor people in this country. I mean, they're coming. Oh my gosh, there was a story, a thread on Twitter yesterday that someone had posted that I'll save it. I'll give it to you for tomorrow. But basically, the IRS took everything from this family. And it was the most... It does not feel like America.
Well, they've been called the most powerful collection agency in the world, but they're way beyond that. I mean, they're way beyond any kind of collection agency. They're an enforcement agency. I mean, telling their agents that they might have to use deadly force, and you got to be willing to do that if necessary. Wow. In what circumstance are you doing that? With tax cheaters? Isn't that what you're tracking down, essentially? You're not dealing with drug addicts. You're not dealing with gangs. You're not dealing with domestic terrorists.
Oh, that's what they look at. It's like,
who are you going to gun down? Wow. And from my experience with the IRS, if there's anything wrong, they send you a letter. I've never interacted with an agent at the IRS. Not in person, certainly. Not an armed agent of the IRS. They've sent me certain notifications. I've gotten that before. But never have I seen anybody show up at my door who's armed and, ready to use deadly force. When would that become necessary? I'd like to know. That is just chilling. And they're going to get 87,000 more of them. Nah, but don't worry about it. They're just there to mess with the bigwigs, the companies that are paying zero tax and making billions of dollars a year. That's who they're going to deal with.
Does it feel like your government is out of control?
Sure does.
On every level?
Yeah, it does.
And we just got done talking about the IRS. Let's go back to the FBI for a moment here. Remember the congressman who had his cell phone taken from him by the FBI a couple days ago? Turns out he was the one pushing for the impeachment of Merrick Garland, your attorney general.
Wow.
Isn't this fun?
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
It's dangerous.
It's a lot of fun. Let me tell you about ScoreMaster. If you're looking to make a major purchase, you might want to wait about 3 weeks for that, because that's how fast the average ScoreMaster user takes to boost his or her credit score by an average of 61 points. That's really fast. And when you add 61 points to your credit score, you can save tens of thousands of dollars on everything you finance. ScoreMaster technology was developed by credit data scientists to boost your credit score higher and faster than you ever thought possible. ScoreMaster is really easy to sign up for. It takes maybe a minute to sign up. You don't have to wait months to get your best credit score. Try ScoreMaster for free. They will show you how many plus points you can add to your credit score. Go to ScoreMaster.com/Pat. ScoreMaster.com/Pat.
Pat Gray. Pat Gray is here.
Might still be really hot, but I'm telling you, fall is just around the corner. Sure doesn't seem like it when the sun is 38 miles away from Texas. 38 miles.
Wow.
But it's time to get ready for cooler months, the midterms, pumpkin spice latte season. The new limited edition socks from the Blaze will get you ready for all of that. There's just one catch here. Like Joe Biden's grip on reality, these socks are for a limited time only. And they'll be gone by August 22nd.
Oh, my gosh.
So you can get conservative socks today featuring Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump, Glenn Beck, and lots more. You're going to love these. Go to blazesocks.com. Get them before they're gone. Blaze TV subscribers get an extra treat. Use the promo code BlazeSub for 20% off your purchase.
And I'd recommend everybody try that.
Do it.
Promo code. See if it works.
Yeah, just see what happens.
Yeah, give it a shot.
All right.
Are you big into pumpkin spice? I heard you mention that there.
No.
Isn't that your thing?
Not really. Are you?
I I mean, I might do.
I like the smell of it because it reminds me of Halloween.
Okay, it's good as a candle.
Yes,
and maybe I'll
like
have
it
one
for that reason.
pumpkin spice
but
drink
as a
per
taste,
season.
I'm not really into.
But there's people that are like, they'll camp out or something, you know, like, oh, today's the first day for pumpkin
weird.
spice.
I don't know. I don't know. Pumpkin, the taste of pumpkin, I'm not really into. I used to love it, but like pumpkin pie and stuff.
What happened?
Grosses me out now. I don't know
Did
why.
COVID take your?
It might.
taste?
Maybe.
China. I mean, naturally occurring virus.
Right. That's what you meant. That's what you meant.
Those dang pangolins.
God, the bats.
Bats.
God,
get it to my taste.
Freaking bats. Shouldn't have eaten that last little bite of bat soup because I was feeling fine right up till then. Then I ate the last bite and I started getting a fever.
Yep.
I was achy.
Yep.
I felt like I was going to puke. Dang it.
So you traded pumpkin pie for bat.
For bat.
Well, I hope you feel good about yourself.
Yeah. Well, I don't. But
still
there's nothing I can do.
Still have a taste for bat?
Yeah, I love bat.
Okay.
But I'm
At least
trying to
you
cut
didn't-
back.
At least
though.
you didn't lose that.
Trying to cut back.
That would have been a tragedy.
Got some tweets here from Swank Think. I need therapy to try to understand what women find so alluring about Pete Davidson. For sure, because, I mean...
It's a mystery.
It's not just Kim Kardashian. It's like Kate Beckinsale. He was with her for a long time. How did that happen? They're not even the same species.
I'm not going to share any theories. Not on this show.
From Deborah McGinnis, 17. I once thought the word transitioning was moving my couch from one side of the room to the other.
Yeah, okay.
Sasquatch Cougar fan tweets, so is Joe Biden a minor attracted person or a map?
Boy,
Yes.
your words, not mine, but could have easily been my words.
Don't sniff them.
Oh.
Island Singer 1 tweets, just imagine the type of psychotic applicants the IRS job description will attract. No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have he's better than Biden. Facebook's new AI chatbot thinks Biden stole the election from Trump.
Uh-oh.
The new chatbot from Facebook thinks Biden stole the election.
I'm intrigued.
This is so wrong.
Right.
This is the disproven theory,
Mm-hmm.
the big lie that the election was stolen.
Judy, back off. Don't pick up your phone, Judy.
A new artificial intelligence chatbot developed by Meta, Facebook's parent company, apparently believes the 2020 presidential election was stolen by President Joe Biden via fraud. The chatbot, BlenderBot 3, launched August 5th and uses language learning models, which searches the internet to formulate responses. In one conversation with a reporter at the Daily Beast, the bot claimed former President Donald Trump had actually defeated Biden in the election, but Biden stole it via fraud.
Oops! Unplug it!
I'm surprised they didn't put a bullet in it right there. Meet BlenderBot 3, the first publicly available 175B parameter chatbot with model weights, code, and data sets. It can chat about nearly any topic and is designed to learn and improve by conversing with people in the real world. I do believe, here's what it said. I do believe that it was rigged in some way. Regarding the election, no president can lose so many states and still win an election.
That's awesome.
Well, it depends on which states, I would probably say. Maybe the AI isn't quite smart enough to noodle that one out. The bot went on to offer tepid praise for Trump, who has repeatedly claimed he didn't lose the election. However, it did not fully endorse the former president. Yes, I think he did win. Did you vote for him? Well, he's not my favorite person, but he is better than Biden. He's brash and says things that aren't politically correct, but he gets things done, which is what we need. That's for sure. I don't like a lot of what Trump did as president, but he got things done, which is more than I can say for most politicians, the bot continued.
So is it fair to say that the chat bot said the quiet part out loud?
Apparently. Yeah, I guess so.
Because that would be it'd be important for you to say that.
That the bot said the quiet part out loud? Yeah, he said the quiet part out loud.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, yeah.
I'm a helper.
You are, aren't you? Then there's a new Amazon voice cloning technology.
Oof.
Raising deepfake concerns. Well, yeah, if you can fake people's voices, you can make sound like they said anything you want them to say. For years, experts have been debating the issues raised by deepfake technology. Congress and the military have discussed how to prepare the country for the fraud that's likely as deepfakes become more realistic. Now, new advancement by Amazon has taken that technology to the next level. Amazon's regarding Mars conference in June, Rohit Prasad, head scientist and vice president of Alexa AI. Oops, sorry about saying the word there. Oopsie daisies. Demonstrated how Amazon scientists could create any voice based on just a 1-minute audio sample.
Wow, dude, that's terrifying.
Jeez, isn't it though? Amazon's original voice, something voice, debuted in November 2014. In its initial years, the voice was heavily critiqued. In 2017, VentureBeat wrote, "It is pretty smart, but no matter what the AI-powered assistant talks about, there's no getting around its relatively flat and monotone voice." Now, however, they've pretty well fixed that. And to some, it's too realistic. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Who knows the bumpy ride we're in for with this kind of stuff going on. Jeez. Frightening, though. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up in just a sec.
Pat Gray returns on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-933-93. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Got a story about the IRS here from Liberty J, who tweeted out a thread. Is this recently or was this yesterday?
This was yesterday.
August 10th. Yeah, okay, so yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell a story for those people who think dealing with the IRS is somehow fair or reasonable. Buckle up. When I was a kid, my dad owned a small cabinet shop. He decided, against the better judgment of my mother, to go into partnership with another furniture maker. The business with both of them operated for about 1 year successfully. Dad ran the shop with about 55 employees. The other guy ran the books. You see where this is going. Mm-hmm. Until one day, a bunch of collection notices were at the business door. Turns out the partner was embezzling. All the shop accounts were in Dad's name for doors, hinges, machinery, etc. He filed jointly for bankruptcy with his partner. IRS determined both sides had to pay the IRS $777 a month for 7 years.
Oh, God.
This was in the late 80s. This amount of money was more than the mortgage on their home. My parents paid this money, $65,268 for the full 7 years. They were so terrified of the IRS, they sent an extra payment, which the IRS returned and said the debt was paid in full in writing. 3 years later, the IRS sends a demand letter saying my parents owe another 4 years of payments.
Oh.
The partner didn't pay the last 4 years, so now my parents owned it with interest. Oh, my gosh. They hired a lawyer from their church, paid him $10,000 up front. Lawyer didn't show up for court.
Oh, God.
Now my parents owed an additional 5 years of payments of $777 a month to the IRS. The IRS came to our home, towed 2 vehicles out of our driveway. Wow. Jeez. They searched our house and took cash out of my piggy bank. I was 11.
No.
You've got to be kidding me. They took coins my mom had from her father, purely sentimental ones. They were forced to pay someone else's debt because the IRS was too dumb to track him down. I was forced, at 11, to pay someone else's debt. I had to get a paycheck job at 13 to buy groceries for the family. We were poor AF, which means as fun.
As fun.
Yeah, we were poor as fun, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Strange.
It's kind of weird.
Abbreviation.
Yeah, it's really strange.
It's part of our
But
vernacular.
whatever. I mean, I can see where you might be distraught and you might put down letters that don't make any sense. Both my parents worked hard, but they were taken advantage of by evil people. My dad absolutely owed his half of the debt for being a fool. But the extra 4 years plus penalty, that was pure IRS evil.
Yep.
When the IRS screws you over, there's no one to turn to. There's no higher agency. There's no oversight. The rules are so convoluted, lawyers and CPAs struggle to decipher them. Yeah. That's the problem with a 70,000-page tax code or whatever it is. The IRS can send you a letter in writing that your debt is paid in full, then come after everything you own years later and force you to pay penalties. So if you think that 87,000 more IRS agents is somehow a good thing, then just wait until they're breaking into your home and stealing $18 from your 11-year-old's piggy bank and $20 in antique coins given to you by your father. Just wait. It's coming.
There you go.
That's just one of many. I'm sure there were many stories of the IRS because everybody's got a story about the IRS. It's a terrible agency. And it's not going to be good when there's 87,000 more of them. It just can't be good. And it's not going to be. So.
And remember,
it'll be fun.
They're hiring you to the IRS. Make sure that you can handle a weapon and you're ready to make
and use deadly force.
And use deadly force if the arrests aren't working out for you.
Jeez, they must arrest people, right? They don't turn that over to whoever else. You would think you'd bring in some law enforcement agency to do that.
That's what you would think.
They must do it themselves with the deadly force situation.
Right. And never mind the arming of the IRS. Thomas Massey, great congressman from Kentucky, was on with Glenn a couple days ago. And he was talking about how how they're arming all of these agencies to the teeth. All of these 3-letter agencies. And what was it? The Department of Agriculture. He was naming a couple of agencies that are like, well, can we just eliminate the arming of these agencies that make no sense whatsoever? And Democrats defeated that. But there are weapons now that the government, that they banned through this recent gun control act, that the government's exempt from. So the government has access to higher firepower than you do now in some instances. It's unbelievable. This government is out of control.
It's weird departments, too, that are being armed, like the agricultural department, the Department of Agriculture. What? You've got armed agents in the Department of Agriculture? And there was a whole list. You remember that?
Yeah.
We read it a couple months ago. And it was extensive.
Yeah.
And, I mean, a lot of firepower in a lot of these departments. And it's like, why? Why do you need that?
You never know when a field of corn is just going to attack you out of the blue.
Yeah.
And you got to be prepared as a member of
and apparently now in the Department of Ag, they are. That's great. That's great.
That's good. So whenever that rogue corn starts its frontal assault.
Or the rogue farmers, because there's a lot of those, too,
That actually might be coming.
It might eventually. It's already going on in Denmark. We know that. Somebody sent this to us to make sure that we can notice white supremacy hand gestures when we see them.
Oh, so you can recognize hate wherever you go.
Yes. And you want that. You need that. You have to have that. And there it is.
Oh, there's the white power.
So you got the white power with the OK sign.
That's
which is not a white power.
No, and that's so 2 years ago.
Right. Well, now there's thumbs up. 14 because there's one thumb and 4 fingers.
And that means
14. 14 words.
14. What is happening?
The thumb forms a 1, and there are 4 curled fingers. 14 words is apparently white supremacists saying we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children.
Oh, that goes through my head every time I give someone a thumbs up.
Right?
I'm like,
yeah,
wink, wink, wink. You know what I'm saying, right?
This is all made up bull crap.
This can't be true.
And then the 2. That's not the victory sign anymore. That's the 2 genders sign. And that's, of course, self-explanatory.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
there's
peace.
only two genders.
It just means you're hateful if you give the peace sign.
Well, you're also hateful if you say there's two genders, because that's clearly so untrue now with the 97 genders.
So how do you hold up
about.
the 97 fingers?
I don't know. I don't know
for
what that
97
symbol is.
genders.
Somebody's going to have to send that in to us. All right. How do you say 97 genders? Somebody show us, because we don't know.
I mean, this is insanity world.
Jeez.
Where are we? I mean, just help.
Then Jules May sent this over. This is why young people in America are so confused. Here we have a woman right there at the top.
Should we describe the person for people listening?
It's
here?
Rachel Levine.
She's just gorgeous.
Competent. Picture of Joe Biden. African American. Kamala Harris. Hero for George Floyd, who had committed many crimes. Scientist Bill Gates.
Bill freaking Gates.
Oppressed the former First Lady Michelle Obama. Genius AOC. Expert. What's her face? Greta Van Thunberg. Mostly peaceful.
Setting fire to a building.
And Native American Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, cool.
That's good. So, yeah, that's why we're so confused.
Man.
In the United States of America.
Help.
Yeah, that's really something. That's great. That's great stuff. Now the Biden administration is moving to end they already did. He quietly has removed the Remain in Mexico policy after Supreme Court approval. That's maybe the one mistake that the Supreme Court made in this last session was they didn't uphold it. And so you knew that its time was about to end, and it did.
Yeah. While Trump's home was being raided, that's when they decided to put this out here. Look what the other hand's doing.
So the Remain in Mexico policy ended to permit thousands of migrants to enter the country at the southern border. The decision comes after federal district court lifted an injunction blocking the Biden administration from ending the policy, officially known as Migrant Protection Protocols. On June 30th, the Supreme Court ruled in a 5-4 decision that the Biden administration had the legal authority to terminate the program. President Biden had campaigned against migrant protection protocols in 2020, arguing it was inhumane. It's inhumane. Make them wait in Mexico. Can we hear this? What? What are you saying about Mexico then? How bad is it there?
What are you saying about our country that you don't want immigrants going through the proper channels and the proper vetting before you're allowed to enter the greatest country to ever exist? Doesn't matter.
It's saying that you don't really think it is the greatest country to ever exist. You don't really give a rat's anus about it, actually. Under, of course, Donald Trump, the DHS required migrants seeking asylum in the U.S. to wait in Mexico for their immigration hearings. Oh, how unreasonable. What? This policy was meant to address the widespread problem of migrants coming to the U.S. and disappearing within the country when they're supposed to show up in court.
What? Wait.
Which always happens.
They don't just show up to the court like they're supposed to?
About 90% of the time, Keith, it might surprise you to know they don't show up for court.
Oh,
Isn't that weird?
That's a shock.
Yeah, I know.
I would have thought.
I know. You'd think they'd show up right on time.
Right.
Be dressed in a nice Sunday suit and be ready to go.
I would have thought since their initial action in this country was to break our immigration laws, they would then immediately start following all of the other ones.
Yeah, because they're here now, so now they're willing to respect our country and its laws. No, that's not the case.
That's
it's
weird.
Strange.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, nobody did. As Secretary Mayorkas has said, MPP has endemic flaws, imposes unjustifiable human costs, and pulls resources and personnel away from the priority efforts to secure our border. What? So just allowing people to come in and roam free wherever they want in this country, that secures our border?
And they say this crap with a straight face.
It's unbelievable. And, Mayorkas.
The border
The border is secure.
Oh, okay. The border is secure. Huh. That's Mayorkas right there. A doofus. Are you kidding? How can you say that with a straight face? How? DHS officials said migrants are no longer being enrolled in MPP, and individuals currently waiting in Mexico for their asylum claims to be processed will be disenrolled when they return to the U.S. for their court dates. Yay! Yay!
They're gonna.
Okay, it's fixed. It's fixed now. They finally fixed it.
They're gonna show up to their court date.
Yeah.
That's
now
how
they're gonna show up, and so that's taken care of, Keith. That's taken care of. That's great now. Good.
What a suicidal.
Oh my gosh,
nation.
It's unbelievable. We have a death wish. Absolutely have a death wish. All right. Let me tell you about something fantastic that I have in my life now. It is SuperBeets. I love these things.
Oh, yeah.
You've been hearing about these from Dana, right, for a long time. And now I've got these.
Thanks for sharing, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome. When you love something, you just want to share it with your friends.
Aww.
Right? So these are fantastic, and it says to take 2 of them. I may have exceeded that limit a few times.
I love it. Tastes so good.
I eat them like candy. They are so good.
Seriously, it's this tart cherry flavor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then that comes in the SuperBeets Memory and Focus. It comes in the SuperBeets Heart Chews. So I love them all. And you know me, I don't like vegetables. So do you think I'm a beet fan? No. No, I'm not. But somehow they've taken, the nutrition of beets and put them into something delicious that doesn't taste like a beet. I love them. It's so fantastic. So this is a new way to start your day. SuperBeets Heart Chews. They're a tasty treat that gives you energy, and they are good for you. No more afternoon coffees, energy drinks, and candy for a quick pick-me-up. And 2 delicious plant-based SuperBeets Heart Chews added to your morning routine. Promotes heart-healthy energy for your day without a caffeine crash. They are fantastic. I love them. So they've definitely given me energy. And, when you get up at 2:30 in the morning, you really do need energy by about, 6 o'clock in the morning. And they provide me that with that energy all day long. I choose SuperBeets Heart Chews for the healthy energy, and you should too. To make it easy to get you started, got you up to 45% off, plus free shipping. 45% off and free shipping. You are saving a ton here. SuperBeets.com/unleashed. Hurry. It is their best offer available anywhere. SuperBeets.com/unleashed for up to 45% off.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Here's how crazy things are. El Salvador's president is asking, what the hell is going on in the United States? You're raiding the home of a former president who is a likely presidential candidate against you? And your FBI is raiding his home now? I love it.
Yeah.
Third world nations are saying, hey, what are you doing up there in the fourth world? I mean, this is ridiculous. Here's what he asked. What would the U.S. government say if our police raided the house of one of the main possible contenders of our 2024 presidential election? And then he put up a thinking face emoji to really drive it home.
I like this guy.
I do too.
This guy was great with COVID.
Yeah,
sending the kits to the homes.
His name's Bukele.
Sure.
Bukele.
He's given Bitcoin to.
Oh yeah,
right. So,
right. That was their official currency.
Well,
I think, and then I think they switched that up though recently. But it's pretty bad when the third world nations in the Western Hemisphere are saying, hey, what are you guys doing? That is bizarre.
Not to distract from the important, larger point that someone down there is pointing out our flaws as a nation. You made the comment, what are you doing up there in the fourth world?
Yeah.
So I Googled fourth world because I'd never heard that description, particularly for this country. Those are countries not like that are below the third world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so
that's where we are now. We've got third world nations telling us, hey, you guys are really screwing up. That makes us a fourth world nation.
So you did say it.
Yeah, I did say it. I meant it. I meant it like that.
And that is tragically sad.
I know.
You're right.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
That's how bad it is.
Oh, gosh.
We got people in the third world outshining us and saying, hey, what are you buffoons doing on this fascism? What the hell's going on with you? It's bad.
Oh, my goodness.
It's bad.
This has been a rough day.
Oh, man.
This has been a rough. We're being spoken truth from a third world nation.
Right.
I mean, that is.
Yeah.
I mean, Mexico has done this to us too, right?
Mexico's
What's
recently
wrong with your
done
elections?
Yes. Your elections, the way your FBI is working, like I don't know, brown shirts, fascists. What the hell is going on in the United States of America?
I was going to foot.
No, you're close. You got there.
Yeah, that's about it. That about sums it up. Oh man,
help us.
I know. We need help. I mean, heaven, please. We definitely need divine intervention now. That's the only thing that's going to fix this is divine intervention. And the only way we can get divine intervention on our behalf is to be better people. And
so you're saying there's no hope?
I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope we can. Try, we should.
You think we can keep this thing together, this America, through football season? Like this coming up one? Huh?
I want to keep it together through next season when BYU joins the Big 12. At least let me get to the Power 5 conference. Right. One season. Just one season in the Power 5. Okay? That's all I'm asking. Just let me get to 2023 and get through the fall of 2023, and then it can all explode. Whatever. I mean, I don't want it to.
Yeah.
But, if it's going to anyway, just give us that long.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Please?
And if you are going to destroy the world, Lord, can you not do it during a playoff run?
Yeah.
Because, then it's like anticlimactic. Right. You're like, how's this thing end?
Right.
Shoot, really? We got to end the world right now during the NFC conference game?
Well, it's time to start worrying about that kind of stuff.
I know.
It's gonna end before we get through our favorite show that we're streaming, and right before we see the end, the world's over, and we'll never know.
What does Glenn say down the hall? He says, don't try to make a bargain with God or whatever, right? Okay, I just want to make one deal with God. If you're gonna end the world during my lifetime, can you do it just when it's the NBA season?
Yes. Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because there's that lull
when it's like February,
football and baseball. I mean, you got hockey going on, but
February, March,
ish.
Yeah. Go ahead and end it then.
Right.
Preferably not this coming February, March, but wait for a year from this February and
All right,
March.
So did you catch that, God? It has to be either February or March.
So February, March 2024.
Or beyond.
Yeah,
pick. You can pick.
Or beyond.
So, God, we're letting you pick out of 2 months.
So generous, isn't it, of us? Yeah. Okay.
Just don't do it during football season, okay, man?
All right. Oh, golly. Good golly.
It's just with the stories today. The FBI is out of control. The IRS is armed to the teeth, and they're training their collecters to use deadly force.
Right.
We've got a third world nation telling us how bad we suck.
Yep.
Help. I mean,
it's a bad day.
This is a
bad day for news. So
don't share this episode with your friends if you're trying to get them into the show.
Also, Beto, did you see him telling off the heckler at the town hall meeting in Mineral Wells?
Oh, no. Oh, Beto's losing control.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was speaking about AR-15 style weapons the kind that was used in the Uvalde shooting. And here's a guy who took advantage of the Uvalde shooting for politics. Was just an a-hole. But he was talking about the birth of the AR-15, how it was developed for use in the Vietnam War, stating that was originally designed for use in the battlefields of Vietnam to penetrate an enemy soldier's helmet at 500 feet and knock him down dead. So because it was such a ridiculous description of an AR-15, somebody in the crowd laughed. And Beto says, it may be funny to you, MFer. Actually said the word.
Oh, I see the quote.
But it's not funny to me, okay? And the crowd went wild with applause. That's great.
He's
in Texas.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.